Wow. What an incredible intro. Again, thank you to Peter Romero for putting that together. Welcome back to Marketing Tip Tea Time. You are watching the 10th episode of Season 4 with your host, me. We don't have a guest today because we do have some information for you that we think is very important straight from Zova Marketing, and we have some really exciting information about Marketing Tip Tea Time for the coming seasons. So today it's gonna be just a me, and you know what? We are gonna dive in, and we have a lot of really important information for you. If you've been sitting at home and you're a marketer, or you're sitting at work and you're a marketer, or you have anything to do with marketing at all, and you have touched any of the platforms lately, including all of the Google Suite, all of the Facebook, the Meta Suite now is what it is. If you've gone into there and you've gone, what the heck am I looking at? We are here to help you navigate that a little bit and tell you about some of the changes that are coming soon to these platforms. They're changing dramatically, drastically, and very quickly, and we want to keep you up to date on what you need to know. But first, I want to dive into our sponsors who make the show possible. Whole Brain Consulting is an outsourced operations consultancy that specializes in the consumer products industry, providing solutions catered to your needs. Go to whole-brain-consulting.com for more information. We'd also like to thank Color World as one of our sponsors. Color World is your one-stop shop for everything anime. Please go to Color World Live and do check out that website. It's pretty great. colorworldlive.com for more information. And now a bio about myself. I was born on a warm Friday afternoon, circa 1996. And in Greeley, Colorado. So I've been in Greeley my whole life. I'm in the basement of a building in downtown Greeley. And I was born to a John and Elizabeth Zimola. And I've lived in Greeley, and I went to Scott Elementary School, and then Heath Middle School, and then Greeley West High School. And then I went to the University of Northern Colorado in Greeley, and now I'm here in my office in the basement in downtown Greeley. And that's my bio that I'm going to give you for today. But I really want to talk about this tea. This tea here is the one we were supposed to have with Stephanie Leva, which I'm sure you remember her. She was fantastic. She was the director of partnerships at Thematic. This didn't quite make it to us on time, or to her on time, so I thought we'd actually try it today. It is Kukicha. Kukicha is, this one is off of the Japanese style from Kagoshima, and it is a traditional green tea from Japan created by blending tender leaf stems and sweet umami stem fibers called kiba, which are all collected during sencha processing throughout the spring harvest season. The kukicha is delicately roasted to create a pleasantly sweet, refreshing green tea for hot or cold brewing. The flavor is slightly nutty and fruity with a lovely greenish gold infusion, and its smooth finish is ideal for those sensitive to astringency and tannins. So I'm going to go ahead and try this tea right here. And I've tried it before. Spoiler alert. But I'm going to tell you, it is very mild. It's not very strong. It's a great tea. I love it. And it is. I mean, it's full of stems and other parts of the plant that we don't see very often. I'm actually, I'm going to pour out just a little bit in my hand right here. If I'm intelligent enough to open the bag. There we are. I am. And you can see right here. I'm gonna show you on the camera. Look at this. It's very. Look at that. I mean, it's super coarse. It's literally the stems. I'm not sure if you can see that in my hand very well, but it's literally the stems, and it's a very interesting tea. I like it. I'm gonna just dump that in here so I don't dump it back in with all my hand. Very mild. I'd say a creamy sort of feel, a creamy flavor to it. Very different from your regular green teas. Yeah, nutty, umami, mild. The flavors to me don't go as deep. Hits you in a different part of the palate, and it's just a pleasant tea. And this is a tea that I would say people who don't like tea might like, because it is very mild. It's not in your face, and it has a warmth to it. Beside being a hot tea that I'm drinking, it has a warmth to it that I really, really like. So Stephanie got this, we got this, and now it's on the show. And thank you to Rishi, who gives us these tea. And please, if you know how to actually pronounce this stuff, I do some research, but if I pronounced any of this wrong, you can go ahead and flame me in the comments. But also subscribe so that you can keep flaming me. Today, I'm going to dive into what we're going to talk about. This is going to be a quicker show today, so not the usual 30 to 45 minutes, but it might be 20-ish minutes. Maybe I might get that far though. The first thing I want to talk about is Google. All right. Boy, has everybody had a roller coaster with Google the last couple of months. It has been crazy, at least for us, and I'm sure a lot of the other agencies out there, a lot of the other people using Google products have seen lots of drastic changes and even severe decreases in the effectiveness of the Google Suite. I just want to tell you about some of the things coming up, what you need to prepare for, and what is happening, and maybe how you can get around some of these issues. The first thing is that if you use Google Data Studio, which we do, we've shown you on previous episodes our really nice dashboard and everything that's going on. It is now called Looker Studio. So they've rebranded it, and there was a suite of products that they integrated with each other, and now all of that is part of Looker Studio. Good news is functionally everything is pretty much the same. And the only difference is really that the name has changed, and there are a few other new connections and other things that you can do within Looker Studio. But the good thing is that functionally not a lot has changed. So if you're getting emails that are talking about Looker Studio and you're going, what the hell is that? It is Google Data Studio. It's just been rebranded and it's completely new now. Ah, what a great tea. So don't be scared. That product is pretty much still the same. It's just called Looker Studio. So we've had a number of clients contacting us saying, what the heck, I'm getting some weird email from Google about Looker Studio. Well, it's the same thing. This next one's a bummer. And, us as Zimola Marketing, we're getting all of our clients ready for it. At Tip Tea Time, we're trying to get this out as much as we can. But Google has decided that Universal Analytics, which is the UA code in Google Analytics, is going to be sunset on July 1st, 2023. And that means you're going to have to convert all of your tracking through Google into the GA4 tag. We're not super fans of the GA4 tag. I'm not sure if you could tell that, but the GA4 tag to us is more confusing, has less analytics integrated into it, so you can see less, getting reports and automated things happening out of it. We're actually not sure how to do that yet. We've been taking a lot of courses, asking a lot of people, digging around in GA4, but this is going to fundamentally change the way that everybody is looking at analytics through Google on their website, their app, their ads. This is big. And they're getting rid of some of the ways that you can slice and look at data. Some of the ways that you can attribute data is also changing. And with this whole privacy movement in data, honestly, there's just going to be a lot less that we can see. And that is sort of a bad thing for marketers, right? We're not going to be able to look at it as much, and there's really a chance that we're going to be flying a lot more blind than we usually are. Excuse me, I have to cough just a little bit, but we're going to be flying a lot more blind than we usually are, and that's going to be a problem. Some of the things that we can do, though, that we're telling people to start doing is figure out how to use UTM and URL parameters in some of your tracking, and you'll be able to get a little bit more information back. And in addition to those two things, something that's been very good for us, which is another sort of product, is Bitly. Bitly does allow you to create links and custom tracking for your ads and things like that, and you can get a little bit more information back from Bitly that maybe Google's not going to tighten together. We'll see. We have yet to see where the whole privacy and data movement is going and how Google and other platforms are going to roll with those punches. But I can tell you that it's looking a little sad. We will try our best to keep you up to date on all of the new things that you can do and utilize to make sure that you get the data back that you're looking for. And right now our team is trying to figure out exactly how to create everything in GA4 that we had in Universal Analytics, and also to connect with Data Studio and through the Google Tag Manager, which is what we use to inject the code onto sites. But just know that's coming, and you must, and they pushed it back a little bit, but we think they're serious this time. You must have everything switched over to GA4 by July 1st, 2023. Otherwise, Google's just cut. Their plan is to just cut Universal Analytics completely. So on that day, boom, gone, disappeared. So make sure that you are working as diligently as possible to change over to GA4 as best you can. Another thing that's happening is Google is starting to require advertiser identity verifications, which Facebook has done for a little while, but now Google is doing it, and a lot more platforms are probably going to follow suit. This is due to the false information, all the stuff flying around, and people, basically running ads and having bad motives on those ads, trying to mislead people, trying to get them to do scammy, conny things. So this is actually, to me, this is a good thing because it helps to verify what advertisers are doing and who they are. And if there is a problem with an ad where it looks just like it's complete crap, then you can track down the advertiser and there's a little bit more personal responsibility for the ads that are being put out there. So all you have to do is Google will flag your account and tell you that you have to complete the advertiser verification. You go through a process of talking about your business, what you'll be advertising, who you are, and then you do have to upload some sort of personally identifiable a document. So the most common is going to be the driver's license if you're in the United States. So they do accept some other forms, but a state-issued driver's license is sufficient enough for it to work. So we just had to do that with Zova's personal account for Marketing Tip Tea Time that we're running through YouTube. And that is something that you will probably have to do in the future as well. That is being rolled out on pretty much every platform, so Google's the latest to pick it up. But Facebook and Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, these are all platforms that will most likely be required in the future. So just keep in mind that these platforms are going to require you to verify your identity, tell the platform a little bit about why you're advertising, who you are, what you're advertising for, what your business is, where you're located, and then also they're going to want some personal verification of who you are as the owner or as the advertiser, which will most likely be through your driver's license. Next is, we've seen through Google some sort of fishy things happening lately where accounts are getting suspended or advertising is stopping, things are getting restricted, and that's not good. This has sort of happened through a series of, everybody was hit by COVID, and Google is struggling a little bit with some of their staffing, I believe. There's a lot of work from home still happening, and so if you've noticed, if you're looking for support from Google, you can't call anymore. You can request a callback sometimes. There's no chat availability either, so the chat function is gone from Google support. And we used to have an agency line straight to Google, and that sort of stopped working suddenly, and our chat line stopped working. Now the only real way to get a hold of Google is through email. And we have one specific client that we've been working on an issue with, and it has been a little over a week since we've even heard back from our initial inquiry about getting some support. Wait times are way longer at Google. It looks like you could wait up to a month before you actually hear back from anyone. So just keep that in mind as you're trying to navigate this, or if you have a marketing agency that you think, oh, they're not doing their job, they can't get this fixed fast enough. Sometimes it's not the marketing agency's fault that Google just isn't getting back to them with a technical problem on Google's end, such as AI falsely flagging a Google Analytics account or maybe a Google My Business account, or verification not going through on a Google Ads account. These are all things that occasionally are a result of Google having a technical issue, or their AI is falsely reading something or misreading something. And so do keep in mind that is happening, and we're all trying to get through this together as marketers and as organizations and as people. So a little bit of patience and a little bit of positivity, I guess, optimism would be great, working through those things. And if you're a marketer and you're having these issues, you are not alone. The majority of the world is having these problems with Google as well. And then also the Google Ads interface recently updated, so the way that you can navigate through things is a little bit different now. There is a gray bar now that is sort of popping up in between where your actual sort of header on the page used to be, and then all of your information. And you can navigate using this gray bar that's popping up. You can also change back to the old Google Ads view, which is possible, but eventually they'll sunset that. So just go in, and it really doesn't change a whole lot of the way that you interact with the user interface, but just know that it does look a little bit different, and don't be thrown off by it too much, because it is different, but it is not functionally different, just looks a little bit different. Now, I'm going to move on to Facebook. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, Facebook. So Facebook is Meta now, and everything has changed. Literally everything on Facebook has changed. Facebook, Instagram, now Meta. And there are some good things and there are some bad things. So if you've noticed now, when you're in your profile on Facebook, you have to toggle between the different accounts that you want to work on. You can no longer be in your personal account and, let's say, go to one of your clients, and then even us at Zova Marketing Tip Tea Time, if we go to Zova Marketing or Marketing Tip Tea Time, we're still interacting as ourselves. So they've changed it where you have to toggle between which account you're in, and then you can be an administrator only on your Zova page when you're logged into the Zova interface on that too, on the profile. So know that there is some confusion happening, because you might be trying to do something on your page and you're going, what? Nothing's working. I don't have any of the permissions. You have to go up into the upper right hand corner, and there's a little arrow button. It's like a circle, which will have your profile picture like that, and then two arrows that are sort of circling the circle. You click on that, and then you'll have to go through and find the page or the account that you actually want to be interacting and adminning on in that moment. So that is a big change that has happened recently that confused a lot of people. Also, if you were doing anything where your accounts were connected, so that's Instagram to Facebook, Facebook to Instagram, and they were cross-posting and doing those things, chances are you're going to have to reconnect those, because it's all part of the Meta Account Access Suite, which you can get into either on the Facebook interface or the Instagram interface, but you'll probably have to reset those permissions so that it shares. We've had a number of clients where they post on Instagram and it's supposed to go to Facebook as well, and that connection got sort of interrupted. The thing about that as well, though, is somebody has to have a personal profile which is connected with some of these. Or you have to have the business profile through Meta to make everything work. So just know that there are some things that are a little bit squirrely in Facebook now that you're going to have to figure out if you want the cross-posting, and if you want the cross-sharing, and if you want all of that to work between Instagram and Facebook. Another thing that changed is the way that you post. So now, you can still go to your page and make sure that you're in the right admin settings and post, but if you want to schedule posts, you can schedule simultaneously on Facebook and Instagram through the Meta Suite, through the content planner in the back of Meta Suite. I actually think it's super cool, but they've changed the interface a few times since we started, which makes things a little bit more confusing. But essentially, you can go in and you can toggle between Facebook and Instagram, and you can change how the post will be displayed with the same content. So you could add hashtags on Instagram, but not hashtags on Facebook. The only thing is that whatever content, aside from copy, you have, so if you have a video or if you have a photo, those will have to be the same on both platforms. So make sure that your aspect ratio and all of your content is going to work for both of them if you'd like to post to both of them. And the great part is once you go in there, there's actually a hashtag finder now, so there's a way for you to organize, save, and go through the hashtags that you're going to be using on both Facebook and Instagram. And you can save hashtags, which is fantastic, and you just go in and look through your archive, and you can, any of the ones that you have to use every time, like a branded hashtag, you can just go ahead and click those. And then you schedule your time, and now Facebook and Instagram automatically will suggest optimal times for you to post. So this is a good thing to me. It's kind of a pain in the ass when you're trying to get started, but to me, over time, it's been better. And then you can schedule those out, and then you can see them very nicely in a calendar format, actually in the planner section of Meta Suite. And it shows you that this one's going to be Instagram, this one's going to be Facebook, here are the times that they're scheduled for, and it actually has, like if you have Apple or even Google Calendar, that little line that goes as it's going through the day. You can see where you are in the day to see what will be posted next, and it is a pretty cool tool. And it also shows in the back end of that planner, when you're looking at how all of your content's being scheduled, you can actually see when there are national holidays and when there are holidays coming up and other things that you should be posting about. And Facebook just automatically has those. Sorry, MetaSuite automatically has those so that you can help to plan your content better and know, oh, Thanksgiving is coming up, or Christmas is coming up, or Memorial Day. So all of those things are going to be in there, and that will help you to organize and plan your content a lot easier. And one thing that I think is also good about the way that Meta has increased things for us is they really revamped their ads. Now, when I say revamp their ads, they didn't really revamp anything that you are going to notice. So it's still set up pretty much the same way. There's the Ads Manager account. You can also get to your ads through the MetaSuite or through the Ads Planner on your front-facing Facebook page. So there are basically 3 ways to get there, which is really confusing. But we still use the Facebook Ads Manager, now the Meta Ads Manager. And it looks like it always has. But when you go back in there, everything looks pretty much the same. They've taken away a lot of different ways you can target because of the new privacy laws, which has been sort of a bummer. And retargeting is a little bit harder when you're trying to get like retargeting to your page followers or retargeting to an uploaded list or a lookalike audience. That has gotten a little bit tougher. But Facebook for a while, if you remember, was just suspending accounts left and right on the ads platform. And it was really bad. I mean, we would have clients where it would take sometimes a month or 2 to get their ad account reinstated. And it was basically because of an AI in the background that was flagging their account and then just suspending the account completely. Well, great news is that Facebook has pretty much stopped suspending accounts. They will still reject your ads, and you can request another review of the ad. But at least they're not shutting down the entire account. Because if they shut down the account, if they suspended your account before, you were unable to run any ads then, and that was really bad. So what they've done now is that instead of suspending your account, they are rejecting the ads, which still can be frustrating, but it's better because you can get another ad up and running and you can try and push that, or you can try and modify your ad because they are getting better about telling you why your ad was rejected. So before there was just sort of general harassment or hate speech or whatever, and you weren't really sure what was going on. Now they are showing you much more specific policy on why your ad was rejected, even though it doesn't tell you the exact, like you use this word or that word, they still don't tell you that. But there's a much better process for doing that. And to us, Facebook has been a lot more responsive with reviewing the ads and any of the support that you can send through their support suite, which is way better set up now. You can go through a chat or you can go through an email chain, and you do get responses that to us are a lot quicker and a lot better, and things are being resolved a lot faster. So, we are super excited that Facebook stopped suspending all of the ad accounts that were running ads. So those are some of the updates with Google and Facebook. Those are the 2 main platforms that we wanted to talk about today, because if you are a marketer, if you are a student, if you are a business owner, if you touch these products at all, you've probably noticed big changes and you have either been frustrated or confused or maybe happy that the changes have happened. But we wanted to just let you know a little bit here at Marketing Tip Tea Time on our take on how these platforms are changing and what you need to look out for and how you need to sort of, roll with the punches or, go with the flow, as they say. And just know that there will be a lot more changes coming up as we enter into the future of data attribution and privacy policies and things like that. Things are going to change pretty dramatically in the next few years. So, buckle in, because it is going to be a pretty crazy ride. And if you have any questions, reach out to us. Zova Marketing, Marketing Tip Tea Time. We'll get a hold of you. One of our account managers can maybe help you through some things. We do have some consulting that we can do that, maybe we can help you out. There are some times that it's a problem with the platform. There's a technical error, and you really do just have to wait on the phone or wait for that email back from the actual platform. But here's a really exciting part, and this is what I really wanted to tell you today, is Marketing Tip Tea Time is going to the next level. So, we're here, we're shooting for here. Next season, we are going to be pre-recording all of our episodes. Now, what does that mean for you? That means the episodes will be tighter, they'll be better content, they'll be more engaging, and a lot more educational. We are going to take a few weeks before the season starts to pre-record everything. We're doing a lot more vetting, a lot more reaching out to potential guests to be on the show. And we're going to be rolling out a program where you at home will be able to experience the tea that we are drinking on the show by basically subscribing to a little tea subscription if you're interested. And we will send you the teas that we will be drinking on the show, and you can experience the tea with us. Isn't that super exciting? I am really excited for our audience to just be a little bit more part of the show. Now, they won't be live anymore, but you can still comment, and we will still be watching the comments as they come in. And during the show, we will be, because we'll push it as if it's live, but it's not actually live when it's going. It's pre-recorded. So we will still be looking at the comments and commenting back and engaging with our audience that way. We will have 10 episodes again, and our sponsors are amazing. So our sponsors are going to help us out, with this process to be able to get tea out to you and things like that. There is a cost of subscription, but we are very excited, and we are going to optimize everything so we sound better on podcasts. If you're watching us on a TV, we've realized we are a little bit fuzzy on an HD TV, so we are going to be fixing that. We're probably going to be getting new teaware, and so there will be a lot of amazing things, and we will be sourcing tea that is bigger and better and talking with our guests to get some of the best tea that we can on the show so that you can enjoy that at home and you can learn a lot about marketing. We will also have a new newsletter that's going out, and we will have a new way for you to get a hold of us and tell us what you think of the show. So you'll be able to go onto this little platform, this little forum that we'll create on our website, and you'll be able to ask about certain teas, ask about certain guests. You can give us guests, or if you yourself think that you would be great for the show, you can fill out a little form and send that to us, because we will always be looking for new people on the show who have a unique story and perspective about marketing. And let me tell you, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to take it to the next level. We are going to really tighten up the show. And so, if you have any suggestions, we want to hear from you. We want to hear from our audience. We want to hear what you're thinking. We want to hear what you're liking and what you're not liking. And we want you to like, share, subscribe, and comment. We want to build a community of marketers who can share ideas, and not just marketers, but students, business people, but all around marketing, where we can share ideas, collaborate, and drink some great tea. And that's what we are going to start building. And it's going to be a lot more of a community with a newsletter and a Facebook page and a Facebook group probably, and all sorts of new stuff. And also, we're going to be rebranding. So right now, Marketing Tip Tea Time has been under Zova Marketing. So when you go to Facebook, when you go to Instagram, when you go to YouTube, when you go to TikTok, it's all Zova Marketing, and then we have Marketing Tip Tea Time content. Well, what's really exciting is we're going to be moving all of that content onto Marketing Tip Tea Time's own platforms. So no longer Zova Marketing with Marketing Tip Tea Time stuff under it. It will be Marketing Tip Tea Time YouTube, Marketing Tip Tea Time Instagram, Marketing Tip Tea Time TikTok. And here's the thing, is that you won't have to do anything to follow those, because we are going to actually be creating new accounts for Zova and moving Zova content over, because the Zova platforms have really become more about Marketing Tip Tea Time. So you won't have to do anything. You just sit back, relax, and enjoy the same content that we have been delivering to you since the beginning of Marketing Tip Tea Time, when we were upstairs with a GoPro. How far we have come has been quite amazing. And I'd like to thank everybody who has joined us on this journey: Whole Brain Consulting, Color World Live, and Color World Books. I'd like to thank Josh French, our producer, Phil Van Drunen, another producer. I'd like to thank Peter Romero, who is our graphics and music supervisor. Alyssa Youngval, my wife, thank you so much for all the craziness that you've put up with. And thank you for being a graphic designer. And also, my wife is the one who helps me with my man bun that I have and that I've had for a few episodes. I don't quite know how to do it by myself yet, so she has helped me out a lot with that. Thank you to Sheridan Youngval, who is another graphic designer. And thank you to everybody who has watched, everybody who has been watching, everybody who has helped us out with tea. Thank you to Rishi. Thank you to everyone, honestly. Brandon Hernandez. Everybody has just been so good to us, and we're very thankful to have you. And we want to bring the best content that we possibly can to you and really start building this community. So please, like, share, subscribe. We are going to have an email sign up for you to receive newsletters about what's happening at Marketing Tip Tea Time in the comments of this episode. So please click on that and subscribe to our newsletter as well. And until next time, na zdraví. Cheers. We thank you. Thank you, everyone. Like, share, subscribe. I'm going to say that more because that was some of the feedback we got. Until next time. See you then.